I'm Sue Price, and today I want to ask you a very important question. Do you have the right thinking to get rich? And do you have the right thinking to stay rich? I want to tell you my personal story. Between 1992 and 1995, my husband and I were in business with another partner, was a financial planning business on the west coast of Australia. We had growth between those years, quite dramatic growth, and we were doing really well. So at the end of 1995, my husband and I moved to start a second business on the east coast of Australia in Sydney. And we had pretty much instant success in this business. Of course, it was built on the hard work of the previous business and businesses before, but there was cash flowing in the door pretty much from day one. And as a result of this, we had bought an older house when we moved to Sydney. We were able to renovate our house into our absolute dream house. I had always wanted a house, and I had it on dream boards with the sweeping staircase, you know, from Gone with the Wind. I'd always fancied myself sort of coming down that sweeping staircase. So we had that in the house. I had a wardrobe or a closet that was as big as some people's bedrooms, and it had all my stuff, all my clothes, all my everything in it, that I could see it all. I'd never had that before. So I created this dream house. But then things happened. There was a little voice that kicked in. And a couple of stories, a friend of mine came to see the house. He looked around it, and then he turned around and said to me, "Oh, you are so lucky." And then he said, "Oh, that was a damn stupid thing to say. You're just spoiled." Now, I don't know whether I want to be lucky or spoiled, but I felt like, that wasn't okay. I was letting other people steal my dreams and my success. And it was very soon after that. I used to travel a lot with our business at the time, and I would come from the airport in Sydney back home by cab. And this particular day, the taxi driver pulled up in front of our house, and it was a fairly formidable looking house. We'd renovated it up into the roof, and it was actually 3 stories, and under the house there was a 3-car garage that was visible from the road. So this guy pulls up right outside our house and looks up, and then he turned around and looked at me and said, "Hey lady, you must be rich." Now, instead of going, "Yes, I am," not thinking that at least, I went, "Oh, this isn't okay." And you know what I did? From that day forward, while we still were in that house, when I travelled, I would get a taxi driver to take me down the street to a much more little modest house, and I would drag my luggage back to our house. And the voices were kicking in. Was my friend right? Am I spoiled? Do I really deserve this? Am I just lucky? And then perhaps the most unsupportive thought of all for me, because I had always been a person that used to say, "I will always have enough money, but I'll always have to work hard." And I'd done a lot of work through personal development courses on that thought. But I found myself saying, "This is all too easy. It came to us too easy." Hey, I was fighting the flow. And now in retrospect, it's really easy to see what I did. But guess what happened? Things got tough. That's right. Things got tough. Our business started going backwards. Lots of events happened. And we ended up closing the doors to that business. As a result of that, we sold the dream house to pay off business debts. So, my thinking supported me to get what I wanted, to have the business I wanted, to have the house that I wanted. But I didn't have the thinking to sustain it. And that's why I say this is so important. I share this story with you because it is my greatest wish that I can help others learn from what I did. Having the great ups and downs in life is not necessary, and I've had those. So leave me your comments below. I'd love to hear any stories that you may have. I'd love to know what you think about the thinking of both getting more money than you perhaps have now and keeping it. So let me know what you think. Thank you.